The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Well, donkey of the day for Thursday, October 20th goes to the entire state of Texas. Well, not the actual people, but the powers that be, in particular the Texas State Legislature, the Texas Education Agency, Texas State Senator Donna Campbell, who sponsored the SB 2158 bill, and that bill is the reason they are getting donkey of the day, and of course Governor Greg Abbott. Now, as a parent, sending your kids to school nowadays, I'm sure if you're like me, causes your anxiety to go through the roof. All right, parental paranoia is at an all-time high. Only thing we can tell ourselves as parents is that, hey, the kids will be fine. But we don't know for sure that will be the case. We just hoping for the best, okay? I thought that my kids would just have to face some of the same things, we faced when we went to school. The things that we saw growing up, the teasing, or if you want to call it bullying, maybe a fight or a teacher getting slick with your kids, or the kids' grades slipping because they're distracted, things of that nature, okay, the regular stuff. But this generation of kids has things they have to worry about that us born in the 1900s didn't have to deal with. And that's school shootings. Not saying they didn't happen back then. First one I can remember was Columbine, and that was in 1999. But it seems like in 2022, mass shootings at schools are something we as parents have to think about. And I truly don't believe anyone is trying to fix the problem, because if they did, we would have some type of gun control legislation in this country and some type of comprehensive mandatory mental health services from kindergarten to 12th grade. I'm not saying that will totally fix the problem, but man, it's a better idea than this one. What do you mean this one, Uncle Charla? Well, let's go to WKXAN NBC for the report, please.
Children in Texas tonight are coming home from school with DNA test kits, and it's all thanks to a 2021 state law.
But it's causing anxiety for some parents in the wake of the Uvalde school shooting. But as our Monica Madden reports, the law was intended for something entirely different.
Like any parent, Dallas mother Tracy Walder wants her 7-year-old to be safe at school. But she says the fact that kids are being sent home with DNA kits is rubbing her the wrong way.
No one wants to think about taking their child's DNA because they may get killed at school.
Especially after the Uvalde shooting.
We are treating, in a way, schools like war zones. When I served overseas, my DNA was on file.
In 2021, Republican and Democratic lawmakers passed the Child ID Act, requiring the Texas Education Agency to provide identification kits to K through 6th grade families.
DNA kits to help identify your child if they get killed in a school shooting. Texas, that's all y'all got. Every day homeschool is looking like a better option. Number one, there's a lot of people who don't feel comfortable sending their kids, DNA out, to anyone for any reason because of privacy reasons. I know folks who don't even do the ancestry test because they don't want to give out their DNA. But the fact that elected officials have decided that they would rather spend money on giving you a kit that reminds you your child potentially could be the victim of a mass shooting, a mass school shooting, that leaves them so damaged they won't be recognizable, instead of actually doing something, anything that could correct this problem, is mind-blowing to me. I know school shootings are complicated, you know what I mean? But they usually involve two things: feelings and guns, all right? These kids who have, suicidal thoughts and anger and trauma they haven't dealt with and access to guns usually project that hurt they are feeling onto other people, which is why mental health literacy and social emotional learning are absolutely necessary. You have to have mandatory mental health services in all these schools, okay? Give these kids someone to talk to. Spend money on creating a mindfulness, wellness climate in your school. Make these kids feel safe to talk to someone and provide them resources for when they are ready to talk. Okay, all these kids have emotional and behavioral problems. Invest in getting them the help they need. Okay, and how about investing in some damn metal detectors and more security all over these school campuses? Make schools like the airport. I would rather my kids be inconvenienced having to go through metal detectors and stuff like that than have my kids being inconvenienced by having to do random school shooting drills, okay? School shooting drills and DNA kits being sent home so parents can identify the bodies. This is what happens when you don't have a plan to fix anything because you have decided that not restricting guns and providing proper mental health services for people is not high on your list of priorities, okay? The state of Texas is a larger reflection of what's happening in this country in regards to this issue, and what's happening is absolutely nothing. You know why? Because the NRA has these folks in their pocket, and that's what they care about more than anything, their pockets, their bottom line, okay? The NRA lobbies against gun control laws, and it's the biggest gun owners organization in America. In 2020, the NRA spent about $250 million, 250 M's, okay? That's more than all of the country's, gun control advocacy groups put together. All right, according to some reports, the NRA spends about $3 million per year just to influence gun policy, but that's only the recorded contributions to lawmakers, okay? Trust and believe considerable sums are spent elsewhere via PACs and independent contributions, okay? And those funds are difficult to track. But the moral of the story is lawmakers be getting paid from a group that doesn't want gun control. So all we are left with is DNA kits to identify our child's remains in the event that they are the victim of a school shooting. And by doing this and not coming up with any comprehensive solutions, they are simply saying not if, but when. Let us pray. Please let Remy Ma give the Texas State Legislature and the Texas Education Agency the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
It's nasty out here. It's nasty out here.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day, Charlamagne. Now, coming up next, we have Ask Ye. If you have any questions about anything you need advice on, it could be relationships, friendships, finances, workplace situations. Call us up, 1-800-585-1051, and we got you on The Breakfast Club.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.